All right, everyone, welcome back to Speed Stackin, your weekly roundup of what's happening in the Steady Stack Discord. Before we dive into the content, a little reminder that this podcast is not technically related to the project and is actually built by the community for the community. Everything we say in this podcast is purely our opinions and not meant to be financial advice. It is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. So what is Speed Stackin? This podcast is meant to be a 10 to 15 minute recap of everything that happened in the last week of the Steady Stack Discord. It's put together by Rhea, Tony, OneMonomicsX, Tony Sosa, Milliram, Surfer Girl, Tizeki, and myself going by the Discord name Aragon Fire. We want this to be a resource for the community because we know that you can't be in the Discord all the time, and neither can we. I will say that this episode is going to be a little bit different because we're not having our weekly AMA recap as there wasn't a recorded Twitter space this week, but we do have notes available that we'll post in the YouTube description for this video. So, Tony, let them know what sections we're going to be going through this week and what it's all going to sound like.
All right, so this week we're going to be going over our weekly roundup, which will cover various different AMAs that have happened throughout the week. But again, no recordings, so you'll just get our bullet point notes. We'll have a community member spotlight. We'll go through NFT of the week, which will be covering Spectre. And then we'll go through Spotlight of the week, which would be covering Profits AMA. And then Aragon will take us out with the outro. So yeah, and we'll just dive right in with the weekly roundup. Go ahead, Aragon.
Awesome. So, the first thing on the docket for this week's weekly roundup is the Project Whitelist AMA on Twitter. It was a absolutely awesome AMA. I actually got to attend myself for about 30 minutes, and it just started off with a brief history of Zan and Ready Player H's journey into crypto. The first 30 minutes, H was basically just flat out talking about Steady Stack and focusing heavily on all the utility now and what is to come. I'm pretty sure the guy didn't even stop to breathe because, my god, his talking pace is insane. When asked what he was most excited about, he said that he was most excited about the community and bringing all that he and Zan have to offer to them being us. If you want more proof that we are all in this together, then that is it, because Ready Player H is constantly talking about how excited he is to be a part of this community and the community that he's built. Next up, we had the Steady Stack AMAs. Zan announced this week that Master Stackers are being called upon for AMAs. There will be at least one Master Stacker AMA per week, so keep an eye out for events or AMA announcements. The official AMA team also just went live, headed by @Jandro, I believe is how I pronounce it, right? Right, Tony?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. Right. All right. Various channels have been set up to facilitate announcements, questions, and archiving all of these AMAs, so keep an eye out for those channels so that you can put in there like the kind of questions that you're wanting to ask these master stackers on the AMAs. There's also a poll in the AMA announcements channel for you to choose dates and times that suit you best for live AMAs. So please go vote about what time works best for you so that we can find that cohesive, consistent time where all of us stackers are able to get together and really take this alpha that the master stackers are giving us. This week in trading, we had a Shinobi Bootcamp on Zoom and Degen Cap, aka Profit AMA in our Discord. We're going to dive into this a little bit more in our Spotlight of the Week section, particularly with the Profit Masterclass, as this was the first official AMA from one of our Master Stackers. We also had the announcement of the winners of the video contest to each one whitelist. Originally, there was going to be only 3 chosen, but due to the talent and the level of video production that there were, Zan and Ready Player H decided to choose 6 different people. So, congratulations to @Johnny Gregerson, I always mess this one up, Ire NFT Girl, I think it's meant to be like Fire NFT Girl. We have Ready Player F, DZ, Robbie's, and Charlie's 9. We're featuring a couple of these videos in this week's podcast, and we'll include the rest in other features next week. So thank you so much, guys, for allowing us to use your art, and congratulations on the whitelist. We also had a new channel. Tuesday saw a new channel called Spy Sniper for one of Zan Shake's students and and students and analysts, Zach. He's going to be giving signals on SPY in the future, and he has an 85% hit rate, so make sure to jump on that channel. Zanshik also said he's going to be dropping a trading class this weekend, which will be recorded. So coming up next week, we have two mastermind AMA scheduled so far. Wednesday, May 11th at 11 EST, Brian94.eth is holding an NFT Q&A. And Thursday, May 12th at 6 p.m. EDT, Value Bombs with Parzival and Mr. Gunner with Crypto Gaming. Both are going to be held in the AMA booth in the Discord. So, with that, that is our weekly recap. I'm going to be handing it over to the beautiful Miss Tony for our community member spotlight.
Thank you, Aragon. So this week we're going to be shouting out Ire NFT Girl. So sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right. But she was actually one of the winners for the video contest, as Aragon mentioned. So she put the spotlight on Steady Stack using her sense of humor and her pro video editing skills. I actually watched the video on Twitter and it is honestly fire. So really good job, Ire, NFT Girl. And Aragon is going to be playing her clip for us now.
Right here. Here we go. We all get to see it since you were so blown away, Tony.
Yeah.
Is that central on screen? Is that good?
Yes.
Ooh. All right, I am a huge fan of that. That was actually really well done. That was my first time seeing the video.
No,
So,
that's really good.
very well done by IR Girl. Huge fan of the comparison between normal investing versus that what roller coaster or whatever the heck that was. That was pretty
Yeah,
epic.
that was like hyper speed, like versus slowly making your way up on an elevator. But
Huge fan. And the elevator doors opening at the end, chef's
yeah,
kiss. Absolutely fantastic.
for sure. All right, so I'm going to be jumping into the NFT of the week. So no NFT like the tea you sip on this week. I mean, which in hindsight is a good thing, as it means, there was no major drama or huge failed mint events or anything of that sort. I mean, there were some small things, but we're not going to focus on that. What we're actually going to be focusing on today is Spectre. So last Sunday, the Spectre team joined the Steady Stack Discord. So I might be butchering their names again. We're always butchering names here, but
It's all right.
Exorexit, Felix Norden, and Annie joined Steady Stack last Sunday. So the co-founder, Exorexit, actually gave very, very high praise to the Steady Stack community when he joined. And he even stated this, quote unquote, my biggest regret is giving away too many whitelist spots to big brand names and not checking out your community server. You deserve them more, IMO, but we'll make up for that. So yeah, we're just impressing big projects left, right, and center, So the Spectre's ethos is that the integrity of the project was founded on transparency, due diligence, and education. So Spectre is a community-powered investment groups where allocations to certain projects get bought and shared within the community. A big part of being community powered is that the community is very much highly involved in the due diligence process and can actually steer the investments of Spectre. So this allows the community to submit projects that they think are a great investment opportunity. Furthermore, as a part of the due diligence, the community can actually beta test the products that come out of the projects that Spectre is looking to invest in. So Spectre is actually working closely together with Quantum Store. And Quantum Store has a 2100 NFT collection, which, by the way, is sitting at a floor price of around 0.45 Ether at the time of recording, which also was actually a free mint. So basically, what Spectre does is they close the deals, they secure the allocations, and then parts of those allocations are sold to the Quantum Store. Holding the Quantum Store NFT grants you exclusive access to the allocations available within the Quantum Stores, and the allocations are given to holders at a first come, first served basis. The three major points Spectre looks at when looking for a project to invest in is number one, infrastructure. Number two, gaming. So they want to invest in projects that are planning to deliver within a 6-month to 1 year max sort of plan. And zero knowledge rollups being the third thing. So, or any other L2 scaling solutions, which try to solve the scalability problems in the market right now. And they believe that the zero knowledge rollups are going to be the next big trend being mass adopted here. So a few other interesting points to note about Spectre is that they are partnered with multiple different Web3 projects, such as Kingdom Raids and Raven Dawn, as you can see up on the website Aragon has put up over here for us. And they will be hosting their own educational AMAs to teach the community how to become a better investor. And public AMAs will also be held with projects they're looking to invest in, where the community can actually participate in the due diligence process live and directly ask your questions to the projects in question. Okay, so now I'm going to be passing it off to Aragon to cover the spotlight of the week.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tony. And honestly, I'm very sad because I didn't hear about Spectre or the Spectre VC until it was too late and I didn't get an application in to be part of their community. God, I wish I did. It's all right. It's all right. Maybe someday in the future.
Maybe, hopefully.
I mean, they did say that they liked our community, so maybe we got a shot. Maybe Titan's got a shot. Who knows? We'll see. So, on Thursday for Spotlight of the Week, Master Stacker DGen Cap, aka Profit, gave the first official Master Stacker AMA 45 minutes of sharing his crypto reading experience and offering the entire community his ongoing help over DM. This is for crypto trading, just so everyone knows. He attended university and then went to one job interview and said no more. He then started learning how to trade. He was not profitable for his first 2 years, so he had jobs and started businesses to sustain himself. When asked about hobbies, he remarked that with trading, you don't really have time for hobbies, but he loves gaming and jujitsu, which he practices out of the jujitsu studio that he owns. He loves to teach trading as a way to give back to the community, as that is how he learned to trade, was people giving other traders teaching him how to do it. So he did talk about a little bit of what trading requires. So we're going to look at over here on my screen. I'm going to pull it up. I'm butchering it, Tony, don't worry. We're going to look down here at his thoughts on what trading is and what it looks like.
Follow the process, so you got to have the discipline basically of an athlete. You got to have like the risk tolerance of a fighter pilot, the emotional intelligence, of a psychologist, and the list goes on. So there's so many like sub skills that you need to master if you want to succeed in the long term.
So when he says that there's all of these different skills that you need to master for trading, he's talking about how the fact that this is basically all psychology and that that's why so many traders fail is they don't have all of these different skill sets that the master traders need. He doesn't believe in tons of colors and graphs and charts and stuff on his screens. He likes to keep it simple. He only trades crypto right now, and to keep out the distractions, he focuses on 2 to 3 coins, only choosing the ones with the most liquidity and volatility. He believes that picking the right things to focus on is one of the most important skills that you can hone as a trader. The 4 main indicators that DGen Cap uses are price action, volume, time frames, and support/resistance levels, which he explained in some detail. In the Q&A portion, it was asked what DGen Cap's golden rules were. He responded with his rules for risk management, commenting that risk management was often talked about but never really explained. So we're going to look at this video that we just pulled up and hear his rules for risk management in trading.
Right. So, trading is a game of you having to master like 1,000 rules. So guys, please don't think it's easy. It's extremely difficult. I wouldn't wish trading on my worst enemy. But if this is what you've decided to do, all the power to you. So golden rules. The most important thing is risk management. I guess I'll tell you. I was saving this stuff for a more in-depth video, but I'll tell you my concepts for what risk management is. I always hear people talking about risk management, but they never tell you actually what it is. So the first concept of risk management is you need to always be thinking about how much you can lose on a trade. Before you take any trade, you have to have thought it through. Never just press the button. I know pressing the button is the most fun thing you can do, but you have to really try to avoid pressing that button until you really decided it's time to press it. So you have to always think about what you can lose, not what you can make. If you follow the process, you will make money. And the most important thing is to control your risk and your losses. So the first thing is always be thinking about what you can lose. And the second thing is you must always have a stop. Especially if you're a beginner, if you don't have stops, you will never succeed at trading. It's just impossible. There are some, wizards out there, I'm sure, that don't use stops and just know what's going to happen, and they keep adding in when they're down. But as a beginner, you're not a wizard, so you must use stops always. The next thing that I use as a golden rule, as part of, the most golden of all rules, which is risk management, it is never allow a trade to become a loss. So if you have a trade that's, significantly moved in your favor and it comes all the way back down, psychologically that's like extremely demoralizing, and usually you just be stupid and you'll hold it and it becomes a loss. So never, statistically and probabilistically, if you just never allow a trade to become a loss after it's already with a profit, you just won't have any losses. And remember what I said? The most important thing is to control your losses. It's not to make money. It's to just always be controlling losses. The next one is never add in when you're down. Now, this one is a little, controversial, but as a beginner, you need to follow these rules to guarantee the highest chance of success. And if you've taken a trade and you have a loss, then clearly you're not right. So if you add in on top of that, it's usually 90% of the time it's not going to work in your favor. There's so many things to say, guys, here on this topic, but I'll just say, if you get in and you're down and you add in, so not only have you spent all this time watching this trade now and not making money, so there's the opportunity cost, first of all. Second of all, your capital's tied up. You're probably going to become a holder now. And you're just losing more money on top of that. So never add in when you're down. So if you use these golden rules of risk management, guys, it's really hard to fail.
All right. Well, thank you to Profit for those awesome golden rules. I mean, as someone who doesn't have a ton of trading experience and really wants to get in, hearing him talk about this stuff is really gratifying, because he's right. No one ever really talks about the discipline portion and the actual risk management part behind trading. So, shout out to the community artist at Robbie's, at Johnny Gregerson, and at Charlie9, whose videos we use as the backdrop for that video. Shinobi also held a boot camp seminar this week for all levels of trading and invited steady stackers to attend. He said that he loved seeing all the Titan PFPs in the seminar and commented on how much enthusiasm that the steady stackers seem to have. Shinobi is a stock/options/future trader as opposed to crypto. However, several key points he made lined up with exactly what Prophet said. They both say that discipline is the most important thing behind any trade. They say concentrate on the same stocks or cryptos, and that familiarity with something gives you an edge over everyone else. They say never let a winning trade turn into a losing trade. Don't get greedy and try and keep getting more money. And they also will say to always use stop losses. Shinobi further said that trading is 90% psychology and that greed is the number one reason that a trader is going to break all the rules they've set for themselves. The key to trading is discipline and longevity in the space. So, I think that should be all for today. If I'm remembering correctly, that concludes our fifth weekly recap, Tony? I think it's fifth.
I think it's our fifth. Yeah.
All right, so our fifth weekly recap. So thank you so much to everyone for tuning in. Thank you for giving us our time. And remember that this is a community resource. So if you want to add something in, if you had someone that really impacted you this week, reach out to us. Reach out to anyone in the team. That's at Ria, Millie Ram, Tony Sosa, Tezek, myself with Aragon Fire, and one Monomics X. I don't think I'm missing anyone. I might have skipped a name, but...
Surfer Girl.
Sorry, say again? Oh, Surfer Girl. Oh my god, how could I forget Surfer Girl? Yes, reach out to any of us. We're happy to get in contact with you guys and add your own things into this recap. So, once again, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day/week, and we'll see you in the next episode. Keep on steady stacking.